Hey guys, so today is part one of my three-part series for Christmas, and we're going to be painting a simple flower in some vintagey type colors just to give you that nice old-fashioned feel. I'm so excited to announce that today is the last day to sign up for my course bundle for Black Friday. So the link is below if you'd like to check that out. We're going to be painting today, and I really hope you can get into the holiday spirit with me. Make sure to check out the next two videos in this three-part series coming up very soon after this. With today's class, we are going to be just using my classic favorite brushes. So a number 6 round, number 9. No, this is a 12. I don't know why I said 9. I don't have a 9 at all. Here are my paints. I've got my water and funny little angle today because my regular holder is at my office, and so it still works. You guys can see it, right? Little paper towel for dabbing. This is a 7x10 piece of paper. It's just a single flower, and it's just going to be for joy, for delight. Let's get to it. So I'm going to start with my number 12, and I'm excited to be doing this Christmas themed series just to help you guys get into more of that holidayness. I mean, you know, it's getting busy, I know, but it can still be so fun. And this is part of it, making it fun. So I've got this orangey red, there's some purple in there, whatever is in there, get some orange in there, and just a nice runny mix. It doesn't have to be perfect coloring at all. Kind of it's like a milk consistency. All right, without further ado, let's get to it. I just need to make sure that my wrist isn't going to be in my paint. This angle's a little different, so I'm working it out. So my classic favorite flower is, using that side of the brush, we just go from the outside in towards this middle. Whoa, that's pretty. Look at that, you guys. So just swooping it over here as well, swooping it over. And we're going to leave some white space because I think it looks fancy and artsy. Kind of looks like a fun little heart. So grabbing some more red, putting that in there. We're going to sweep over here for that next petal. 2, 3 brush strokes, 4 if you need. Whatever makes sense for you. If you don't want that jagged edge, just go over it a little bit more. Look at that. It's so pretty. All right, more paint. Swooping from this side down to the middle, and just gonna leave a little bit of white space right there. Leave a little to the imagination. Why not? All right, number 4. I'm gonna take a little bit of water on my brush just to spread that out, make it a little bit lighter. And then our last petal, a little bit more red. And I go from the outside in, so this weird wrist angle, and getting that on paper. It's a little bit too large for me, so just moving it. So that's my classic flower for this composition. She's gorgeous, she's artsy. How does yours look? Yours might look very different than my flower. This flower here is what I've made with my brushes, but the flower you've made might be very different, and that's totally fine. So I've got the green side now for you to see. I have my green gold, which is that yellowy golden green color. I've got an olive green on my palette today, and then one that I've mixed to make it darker. So some dark blue. Let me roll up my sleeve. Getting into it. Right here, that dark green is just so pretty. A dark blue mixed in with that. So, you know, take whatever you want. I always grab more water, swirling, getting some paint. And we're just going to use that same large brush. And we're going to make a very nice, you know, leaf here. Just kind of dabbing the brush, having a bit of a point, coming over here. Same thing, a little white space. I just feel like it looks artsy to leave it like that, so I enjoy that. Just grab a different color of green, a different shade, dip in, grab what you want, and then let's do another one on this side here. These are not going to be perfect, and I want you to think about
the joy that you're having as you're painting with me today. Let's do a little swooping motions for some wild and crazy leaf foliage situations. We're trying to be mindful too. Swirly, swirly, swirl. Grabbing some of that blue-green. There's a little bit of white on my palette. I'm noticing it's mixing it. It's going to be a little bit less transparent. That's okay. And I'm just going to slightly move this. And I'm going to, actually, you know what? We're going to do a big flower for a big leaf first. So let's go like this. I am so excited about this idea of mindfulness. And mindfulness is just paying attention to your feelings, your thoughts, your sensations, your surroundings. Let's also press, point towards the flower, press, press, and press. So being aware of what you can see, smell, taste, touch, and hear, it's very soothing for your nervous system. So that system that makes you feel all riled up and nervous about things in life. Maybe you feel like you're in danger when you are, when you're not, and you just have anxiety. So being able to pay attention to your sensations without saying, that's bad, oh, I don't like it. Just be like, oh, I feel a little nervous. Oh, I feel a little tired. And moving on. That helps to lower the anxiety and to reset that nervous system and to calm you down, which is why I'm talking about mindfulness today. So I'm just grabbing whatever green here I have. I'm gonna actually add a little bit of blue in here because my greens are a little dark, a little muted. And let's see what we get here. I think I'm just gonna do some little swoop marks just to create some fun texture. You can move your page, that's okay. It's actually, I invite that. The movement is important. So mindfulness, paying attention to things. You know, when you're putting the paint down, what does it feel like? What does the brush feel like in your hand? What do the colors create inside you? Do you get excited about what they look like? The sound of the texture of the paper when you're painting. Some long ones here. 1, 2, and a 3. Okay, so I'm starting to put this together. I'm kind of noticing what the shape is like with the pattern. I think I want to make this a little bit longer here, which means I'm just going to take more of these leaves and I'm going to add a few more. Boop, just like that. A little bit more. And I'm going to then take my number 6 and we're going to actually start using very light pressure to create some stems here to connect things together. So I'm very excited because I am starting on my Patreon to actually add some content in. I haven't for the last year. Took a little break, trying to figure things out, what I wanted to do. And one of the tiers that I have created is a mindfulness mail. So like a mindfulness mail, like a letter. So you get some art mail from me every month, whether it's a little package in the tier of the package tier or if it's an envelope. And it's going to have a letter from me, a mindfulness prompt on how to pay attention to your senses, the things around you, to help calm you down, appreciate being in the moment. And if you do the package, you even get a little trinket or little item that helps you practice that prompt. Some homemade either bookmarks or a card from me. Each tier gets a beautiful art print as well as some stickers. So just fun things because we don't get mail anymore, right? Not really, unless it's junk. I like this shape that's happening here. And so it's just, you know, a fun way to not only support what I'm doing, it helps me out, but it helps you out to get something fun in the mail. You can share it, you can sign up for 1 month or for a year, whatever you want to do. So that's really fun. And then in the biggest tier I have, it's all of that. Plus you also get an original painting from me. And all the tiers below that, of course, all of my tutorials I've ever posted for the last 2 years before I took a year off, and art sheets, drawing sheets, that kind of thing. And then I've added on a monthly live stream and a sketchbook tour. So a lot of things. You can head over in the link in my profile or the link in this video. But this is coming together little by little. Just a few little marks here. And I think we're ready for that second layer. So this doesn't look totally like Christmas yet. We're gonna zhuzh it up a little bit and see if we can't make it more fiesta. All right, I've got my number 6 and we are going to start utilizing more of that orangey red color, so beautiful, but more of a thicker version of that. I'd say about like this. Yeah, that's pretty dark. And I also have to say, friends, if you are enjoying this video, first of all, dab your paintbrush and then go ahead and hit the like button. Just reminding you, if you'd like to do that, it helps other people know about this video and gets it circulated so other people can have so much fun. So I am just going in and adding in some marks for this flower. I like to kind of put in some thick and thin marks. Sometimes I like to do some dabbing, and I'm just kind of going around looking, thinking, what do I want to add in next? I think I'm going to put in really light pressure, but some lines here, like some veins for this flower. I'm also going to darken this part up too. So the idea is I'm trying to figure out, take a little more water, dab my brush, where to put in those marks, that texture. I also like to do that dabbing, so kind of dabbing around the center here, maybe some dabbing right here. That's going to give texture, it's going to give interest to this painting. And then I'm also going to just quick marks. You can see I'm getting some dry brushing here, which is really fun. If you want to go a little darker, you can just grab even more concentrated red paint and go into other places and add that in. So it's so personal. Some people really love to add lots of flavor to this, and other people want to keep it pretty conservative, and there's no right or wrong way to do this. We're trying to paint with our heart in a way, you know, with our emotions to make us feel happy and joyful. The season can be very happy and joyful, but it also can be very sad, and we have to be aware of that for people who are having a struggle during this time of year. This is not something to take lightly. Be grateful for the things you have and for the things that you don't or that you've lost. Being able to be thankful for the things that were good when you did have them, if you still have them, not taking them for granted, right? It's just a balance of how we take care of ourselves, our emotions, our thoughts, our feelings. All right, so I've got a lot happening there. While that's starting to dry, and we're gonna do our center very soon, I'm gonna put in some darker marks for my green. So I'm just gonna show you this, just grabbing some darker versions of what's already there. And I just like to kind of dab and blob it on, see how I'm just quickly going in. I'm not, you know, I'm not being careful. I mean, obviously I want to stay within the lines, but I just want to add in a little contrast. So some of this is getting a little dark. I'm going to do this brighter color here, and just, you know, see if we can't add some of that contrast that looks so pretty over here too, just a little bit. When I work quickly, friends, I don't overthink the process, and that's why you see me zipping around. You can always pause the video, you can slow it down or speed it up, whatever you prefer. But it's, you know, it's just a preference. Everybody likes to paint at different speeds. I do notice I don't overthink the process when I speed up, and that to me is very helpful. So, but it might make you nervous, so don't do it if it makes you nervous. It's something to, you know, work up to. Okay, we're gonna do some splatter. I'm actually gonna do, what am I gonna do? So I was thinking of doing blue, but again, we want to keep up with that Christmas theme. I feel like we need that bright orangey red happening. That purple is really trying to get in there. Shoo, you're in my shot. All right, tap, tap, tap. I'm going to go tap, tap, tap. I like that this is looking kind of vintagey to me for some reason. I don't know. That wasn't my intention, but I do love a good vintage floral, so that makes me happy. Okay, look at that. We've almost completed this. We just need to do our center. So I'm going to keep this very light today. I'm going to go with my yellow ochre. So swirling the brush, I'm trying to pick up a thick amount of it, as you can probably see here. So it's gonna do a little spreading because it's kind of damp still. We're just gonna do some dabby dabs around. That's my favorite way to do a center. And leaving a little white space. However that wants to spread, that is completely fine. But here is our finished painting, our Christmas florals, friends. Make sure to check out the links. My Scotland trip is still got spots left, so very excited for that. Enjoy this. Come back for the next video for the second part in the series very soon. Well, we got to paint something together for Christmas. Again, there are 2 more Christmas paintings coming, at least 2 more. So look out for those. And I have some things to remind you of. Of course, I said that my course bundle that launched for Black Friday, that special sale, is going away tonight. So the link is down below if you want to check out the big savings, the biggest sale of the year. Of course, my Etsy shop has 30% off until tomorrow, and I also have my Scotland trip you can sign up for, my Patreon mail. If you want to join my Patreon and get the free class coming up in a couple weeks, you can do the $8 tier and get a free 7-day trial. So all that's linked below. Most of all, I hope you have a happy holiday. It's coming up in the future if you're watching this when it's first coming out. I appreciate you guys. Happy painting, happy mental health. Go out and do something for yourself and for someone else. Bye, guys.